The days leading up to that evening were quiet, too quiet. My wife had grown distant. She'd wake up, go through the motions, and speak only when necessary. I kept trying to pull her back into the relationship, but it was like trying to hold on to someone already halfway out the door. I asked if she was okay. She always said she was just tired or stressed, but deep down, I knew something was missing. That night, I made her favorite dinner. I thought maybe the gesture would mean something, remind her of the times we used to laugh and talk for hours. But she barely touched her food. She sat there, looking down, her mind clearly somewhere else. Then, in the middle of the silence, she looked up at me and said, "I never feel excited anymore." Her voice was flat. There was no emotion, just truth, cold and honest. I sat still for a second, trying to process what she just said. "About what?" I asked. "Everything," she said. "My days feel like copies of each other. I wake up and already want the day to end." I asked if it was about me, about us. She just shrugged. That shrug hurt more than anything she could have said. It wasn't anger or disappointment, it was apathy. That was terrifying. I tried to talk to her, offer help. I suggested counseling, date nights, even a trip away from everything. She didn't say no, but she didn't say yes either. Her eyes looked lost. And then the door opened. Her sister, Lila, stepped in like she always did, without knocking. She paused when she saw us at the table, sensing the heavy air. "Everything okay?" she asked. My wife didn't answer. I just nodded weakly. Then Lila stepped forward and said something that left us both speechless. "Then let me." My wife blinked. "What?" Layla looked right at me and said, "If you're never excited, maybe it's because you've forgotten how it feels. Maybe I can remind you." I froze. My wife's expression shifted instantly, from empty to furious. "What the hell are you saying?" she snapped. Layla didn't back down. "You said you don't feel anything anymore. Maybe you need to feel jealousy, passion, fear, something, to wake up. Because walking around like a ghost isn't living." I didn't know where this was going. It was inappropriate, completely over the line. But for the first time in weeks, my wife was emotional. She got up, threw her napkin on the table, and started shouting at her sister. "You think this is a joke? You think I'm broken and you're the solution? Get out!" But Lila had already done what no one else could. She lit a fire, not between me and her, but between my wife and herself. That night didn't end with hugs or resolution, but it ended with something: raw emotion, real conversation. We argued, we cried. She told me she was scared of living an empty life. I told her I was scared of losing her. In a strange way, that terrible comment from her sister forced us to stop pretending. We didn't fix everything that night, but we started talking. For the first time in months, she looked at me with something other than emptiness. It's strange how one sentence from the wrong person at the wrong time can push everything in the right direction.